Please remain standing for the performing of our national anthem by our concert band.
Welcome families, graduates, staff, and members of the community to the Class of 2019 graduation ceremony. A warm welcome to our Superintendent, Mr. Anthem, and the School Board President, Mr. Wyndham. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce my classmates, Kai quickly and Lucas Dewitt for the student address.
Coaches, and members of our community. Welcome to the graduation of the class of 2019. We are grateful for your support and sacrifice in getting us to this point. We have many people to thank for helping us through this journey. We appreciate the bus drivers, bringing us home at ridiculous hours of the night, the cafeteria workers that greet every student with a smile, the custodians that stay until late hours of the night to keep the building clean, Barbara Marchant for stepping up and tackling the role of our class advisor when we were in desperate need of one. We would also like to thank our principal, Mr. Tebow, and all those who came before him for their tireless work every day to make this school a healthy learning environment.
Looking over at this group of wonderful people, Kai and I would like to reflect on some memories we all shared. One of my personal favorites was when Mr. Toll teamed up with Carlo DeFelice to play 2-on-2 against Hannah Buffum and Sierra Fillion during middle school lunch. With our entire class in attendance, Toll showed no mercy against the 7th graders, easily scoring 10 of his team's 11 points and winning 11-2. The glee on his eyes was magnified by his sports goggles.
Lucas and I can personally reminisce over Paul Patus's 8th grade science class. Our days were filled with making tinfoil hats, botching lab experiments, and eagerly awaiting comedic intervention from classmates or even Pato himself.
Obviously, there is no way that any of us could have possibly gotten to this point if it wasn't for our lineup of incredible teachers and staff members. Some of them have been here a very, very long time. For example, did you know that the last time the varsity boys soccer team had a coach not named Mr. Barton, the top song was Candle in the Wind by Elton John, and Wi-Fi was yet to be created.
And the last time Mr. Weber was not teaching a math class at Leland and Gray, he was fighting for women's right to vote and getting kicked out of Harlem speakeasies for wearing socks and sandals. Whitman has also had quite a stint at Leland and Gray. He started at the turn of the century, back when the New Jersey Devils were Stanley Cup champs.
Leland and Gray also has its share of new teachers. These recent additions have fit into our community seamlessly and deserve all the credit we can give.
Mr. O'Donnell quickly became a fan favorite with his extreme enthusiasm, witty sense of humor, and next-level fandom at our basketball games. Despite how much time was left in the game, or which team was ahead, spoiler alert, we weren't ahead a lot, Mr. O'Donnell would cheer on the Rebels from start to finish, even if the rest of the crowd had lost interest.
What might have been even more incredible, though, was his confused-sounding, but consistent cheers at our Ultimate Disc games. Yeah, Rebels, you throw that thing, woo! Wait, which direction are we going?
These are small glimpses into the support and encouragement of the staff here in Rebel Nation. We are fortunate to have a core base of caring educators that wish to see us succeed. While it can be all too easy to become infuriated at your teachers for assigning one too many projects or papers, at the end of the day, they just want to see us do our best work. And they gave us all the tools necessary to flourish.
Not only this, but when you see your teachers at your concert, your show, or your game, even when you're a severe underdog and the game is hours away, that's how you know that they really do care. Whether it's leaving their door open during lunch or pulling a student aside to make sure they're doing all right, it quickly becomes apparent that they are not only our educators, but some of our biggest supporters.
While it is important to recognize our teachers and administrators, this day is ultimately about celebrating the students. We celebrate not only the achievement of graduation, but the work it took to get here. This day means something to all of us, regardless of our plans after we receive our diplomas. Today, our class is proud of the grit and perseverance it took to get us on this stage.
Whether we wanted to or not, we developed relationships with a wide variety of characters. From Oliver Twist to Jay Gatsby, and yes, Miss Doty, Hamlet, we spent countless hours typing, revising, and editing paper after paper after paper. Staying after school to grind out essays, tests, and projects was always part of the routine. I have many personal recollections of staying up until ridiculous hours of the night to complete assignments, and I know that I'm not the only one.
All of our greatest struggles and accomplishments have led us to this ceremony. We have competed for state championships, cheered our friends on from the sidelines, performed in school plays, battled in spirit games, and had our fun out of school as well, of course. Those days have come to an end. We won't step on another field or court as a Rebel. We won't step on another stage in Dutton Gym, and we lost our chance to be named on the class spirit plaque. However, there are some things we've done here that we can continue to do.
We can accept any challenge that faces us and overcome adversity. We can use persistence and diligence to achieve our goals. We can take pride in putting forth our very best in tackling any endeavor. We must continue to be fearless as we enter the infamous real world. Move forward with the confidence that we will apply the same perseverance and grit that got us to this stage in our journeys of adult life. Perhaps most importantly, though, we can seek out and appreciate joy, even in the face of the challenges the world will throw at us.
Now, without further ado, we would like to invite our faculty speaker up to the stage. For decades, this man has worked tirelessly to keep everything running well behind the scenes at Leland and Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Mcgrath.
Can everybody hear me out there all right? Give me a little wave in the back. You good? All right. I'm not good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Leland and Gray, Class of 2019 graduation. I am Edward Mcgrath. I am a simple man. I am the maintenance man. My 2 sons graduated from here with a little help from my friends who threatened to call their old man. So this place is a little special to me. So are the people. Some of them are gone, but I will always remember them. I would like to thank everyone for coming. A special thanks to all our VFWs, veterans, National Guard, and senior citizens. After all, they have paid the most. We need to thank the taxpayers, rescue personnel, teachers, and everybody else that I wake up in the middle of the night to make this school run. I'm a little bit of a plow horse, so I'm going to have to keep my head down to get through this. I would like to thank, I am honored to be here today. When I first caught wind of this, I said those kids are crazy. You can't put Ed on stage, but here I am. Let me apologize now in case I hurt your feelings. We may not see things eye to eye because I am the last of the baby boomers and was raised by a bunch of old veterans of foreign war, from World War II to Korea, and cousins that all went to Vietnam. I'm kind of a tell-it-like-I-see-it guy, but I will take time to listen to the other person's point of view in case I'm wrong. Lord knows we've all been wrong before. I'm going to talk to you about life and how hard it is, and maybe a little advice. Get ready. There are a lot of decisions in front of you, like politics. I remember as a kid stuffing mailboxes with my old man. He would stop the car, I would put the political flyers in. People used to tease him about when I would get into politics. He would tell them he will get into them himself. It's in his blood. So you kids woke me up. I will be looking for the person that understands the struggles of the American people and by what they plan for the future of this country. You kids will have to decide for yourselves. Now let's touch base on that election. The season has already started. I think it's going to be a hot one. So you kids be ready. Make the best choice that you can. Do what's good for your country, not what's good for yourself. Just something for you to think about. That's all I have to say for today on politics. Then there is marriage. It takes 2 for it to work. It takes compromise. So you better start now. You're behind in that class. I'm sorry, I lost my spot. Some of you may have to compromise to keep family war from breaking out like I did. War is not the answer. Compromise is. Now let's not forget education. If I skip that one, I will be hearing about it. I believe everyone should get educated to the best of their ability. That may be far harder for some to achieve than others. If you can't achieve a higher education, then be a better person. It's probably worth more in the end anyway. And remember, you never stop learning if you never stop trying. Now, the environment. I was a farmer for over 20 years. I know a thing or two about it. I think we're doing good compared to 25 years ago. It's nice to see the mountain lion is back. I see the hawks. They have always been my favorite. They follow me in the hayfield. They swoop down and get whatever runs out from in front of me. They seem to be doing fine. I hear the owls at night, and I see an eagle or two along the river. Now the swamp. As kids, it was our playground. We played army and bog jumping. First one in the mud loses were the rules, not how you got there. It was every man for himself. Nobody wanted us kids in the swamp, especially the town cop. He would come and chase us. It was game on. We would take off and hide. We knew the swamp better than he did. And plus, he didn't want to get dirty. I think things are good there. It sounds good singing in the evening with all the frogs. The turtles are sunning themselves on the logs. Things seem all right. We have cleaner fuel. We use renewable energy. We have hydropower, solar power, wind power. We have electric cars, cars with better emissions. So fix that check engine light, kids, before you go protesting about the climate. It's telling you that you have a problem with your emissions. We have cleaner water, lights that turn themselves off when we forget to, so I believe we are getting there. We just must keep working on it and protecting it. The only thing I see out of control around here are the ticks. There's probably one crawling on you right now. Got you looking and scratching now, don't I? All right, I could carry on all day. So this is the last advice I give to you. So listen to me. In general life, get up and do what you must do. Go to school or work, take care of the kids, whatever it is. Just get it done or we fail as a country. Remember, we're all in it together and it's time for you to start chipping in. Get ready for those taxes and get out there and do something. Be respectful to your elders and to our women and your country. Be good Americans. And one more thing, you kids pick up your trash. I'm sick of it and I don't care that it's your graduation. Do it for me. So you can think of it as your first job at being a good American. Thank you all. God bless. Peace out. Brotherly love. Whatever works for you works for me.
Hello, I'm Farron Stark, and I will be introducing the guest speaker. So our next speaker, Myles Ellison, is a graduate of the Leland and Gray class of 2006. While at Leland and Gray, Myles participated in Journey East 04, where he traveled across China performing an original play. The next year, he volunteered in Ghana, West Africa for 5 weeks through SIT. He received his bachelor's degree from the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts, where he continued to fuel his love of traveling when he studied abroad in Buenos Aires, Argentina for 6 months. Myles currently resides in New York City and works as a real estate agent and model. He is remembered by Leland and Gray staff as full of grace, an innovator, and having a heart of gold. Please welcome our guest speaker, Myles Ellison.
Can you hear me in the back? Oh, thanks. Hello. There we go. Thanks. Ready for my vocal exercises, Miss Berger? Okay. I'm so honored to be asked to speak to you today. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge why we are all here. The graduates of the class of 2019. I know my presence wasn't a democratic decision on your part. I was invited by the faculty. But I want you to know everything I'm about to say, I'm saying with you in mind. Listen to my story and get out of it what you can. There's a great saying, take what you want and leave the rest. So I hope you'll take more than you leave. My name is Myles Ellison, and I'm a graduate of the class of 2006. Since leaving Leland and Gray, and even during my years here, it's been a roller coaster, let me tell you. I'm probably standing here today because people who know me know my life has been a mixture of low lows and high highs. And so I'm here to tell you a little bit about that. First, though, I'd like to ground this speech with one of my favorite quotes by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, which states, "People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out, but when the darkness sets in, their true beauty is revealed only if there is a light from within." When I was 13, my mom passed away due to her alcoholism. That single tragedy hit me like a stunting bullet. I tried to escape the feelings of grief in many ways, but the pain was stuck until I faced it head-on years later with help. From that time on, my dad and my brother were my rocks. We were a pretty dysfunctional family, but I appreciated what we had when the times were good. I remember how scared I felt when my brother went overseas to Afghanistan on 2 separate 18-month tours in the U.S. Army. Every day I was afraid I'd get a bad call, but thankfully he made it back safely and is now in the final years of his doctorate for molecular biology at the University of Pittsburgh. Flash forward to 2016, my father passed away. The deaths of both my parents were a seemingly insurmountable tragedy, which could have so easily knocked me down and kept me there for good. My brother and I got through it together, and it strengthened our relationship so much. I'm telling you all this not to garner your pity, but to show you an example of someone who's been through tragedy and come out on top. It would have been so easy to give up or follow in the dysfunctional footsteps I came from. With all that being said, I stand before you today with pride, confidence, recovery, happiness, gratitude, compassion, and some semblance of inner peace. But ask me again tomorrow, and I'll probably be crazy. But life, I've found, is a one-day-at-a-time journey. Some days, the best you can do is get out of bed. In my years at Leland and Gray, I served as class president, a Leland and Gray player. I played saxophone in the band. Good job, guys. Traveled to China with Journey East, volunteered in Ghana, West Africa, on a Janeway scholarship, reigned as prom king, and even stood in this exact spot, more or less, as the student keynote speaker 13 years ago. Great job to those guys, too. In that speech, the big quote the reformer picked up was, "Live for the guffaw," basically saying live for the moments in life where you are overfilled with joy and can't stop laughing. Since I left Leland and Gray, I've gone on to the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts and got my bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies, concentrating in journalism and anthropology with a minor in Spanish. Say that 5 times fast. Studied abroad in Argentina for 6 months, worked on a neighborhood revitalization project in Providence, Rhode Island for AmeriCorps Vista, and finally landed in New York City 8 years ago to pursue my lifelong dream of working as a professional model. The journey in New York City to achieve my dream has taught me the most about resilience, confidence, values, the ego, business, human nature, and culture. I went from reading GQ magazine in my childhood home in Brookline back in high school to appearing in its pages in 2018. I've flown to other countries to shoot worldwide ad campaigns. I've seen my dream come true, and I've also seen the dark side of the industry, the sacrifices that have to be made, the hard work, sheer luck, and strategy it takes to achieve success in such a highly competitive field in one of the largest cities on earth. If you have a dream, go for it. Because a dream is the only thing that pulled me out of my darkest depths and propelled me forward. I want you to hear this message loud and clear. Never give up on your dreams. I'm not only speaking to the graduates. Even if the dream doesn't make sense to other people, seems impossible, seems unreasonable, or makes you sound crazy. When I was growing up in my childhood home, there were a lot of things I wanted to escape from, but there was nowhere to go but my mind. Before I went to sleep each night, I'd imagine the New York City skyline and getting out of here. And I remember the day I moved to Brooklyn at age 23, driving my beat-up 93 Chevy Cavalier over the Whitestone Bridge with a view of the New York City skyline as a backdrop. That was it. That was the view I dreamed of for so long. My journey following my dream in New York City over the past 8 years has taught me so much. I've heard 99 no's for every one yes. I've had my confidence torn down, built up, and had to find ways to stay present, confident, whole, healthy, and happy. I have so many messages I want to tell you all. I won't have time to get them all out or embellish on the best of them, but I sincerely hope some of what I'm about to say and have said will stick with you and inspire you, and maybe even help you in some small way. I've lived them all and collected them throughout my journey. Persistence pays off. Sometimes the only one who believes in you is staring you back in the mirror, and that's okay. Decide what you value most and prioritize that. Cherish every moment with your family, friends, and loved ones, and romantic partners. If you love someone, tell them. It's okay to protect yourself and put walls up. Just know that there may be a time when it's safe to break them down and trust again too. Wanting something isn't enough. You need to focus, create a plan, and take action. Let go of the results and put in the work. Chances are you'll either achieve your exact goal or the essence of what you want will manifest in a previously unforeseen way that's just as good, if not better. The grass is always greener on the other side until you get there and live in it for 6 months. Then that old grass you left will look pretty sweet too. Life isn't linear. It's an up and down journey, and sometimes you have to go backward to get on the right track and move forward again. So if you aren't where you want to be, that's okay. Be where you are today and trust that the actions you are taking will get you where you want to be in the future. Put down technology and be in nature. The only way out is through. There rarely are shortcuts. If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not know what you want. Ask for help when you need it. No one will know you need help unless you ask for it. Look within for the answers and trust the intuitive nudges that come your way. I once heard that first the universe whispers, then it nudges, and if you're not careful, it may come beat you over the head. Trust yourself. Give back to your community, your family, those in need. Adopt a heart of service. Even if you feel you have nothing to give, chances are just being is enough. Create healthy boundaries with people. Personal boundaries are guidelines, rules, or limits that a person creates to identify reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for other people to behave toward them, and how they will respond if someone passes those limits. If someone shows you who they really are and you don't like it, believe them the first time. It's okay to be different, to feel alone, to struggle. That experience may be a crucial part of your success story in the future. People are watching you. Some are cheering you on, sharing joy in your successes. Some are waiting for you to fail so they can say, "I told you so," and gossip. And some are looking to you to inspire them for what's next. Just know that all the stuff I just told you, I'm telling myself too. I have to remind myself day after day because I have a built-in forgetter that usually needs a reboot every day or so. I'm not here today to self-promote, brag, or seek anyone's approval. I'm here today to vulnerably share myself with you and show you, graduates, an example of a person who is sitting exactly where you are 13 years ago, who's been through some tough times, and in spite of it all, still pushed through and made his dreams come true, to show you that it's possible to get out of your hometown and take the bull by the horns, as my dad would say. This is my story, but let me be clear in saying that leaving this area is by no means a criteria for a successful person. Many of my close friends and fellow graduates are in the community with beautiful families and great careers, seemingly happier than ever. Today is your special day, class of 2019. Enjoy it with your families and friends, and be safe. Everyone's so proud of you, and we can't wait to watch you soar. Thank you so much for hearing me. Thank you to all those here today who know my story and have supported me from the beginning. That's all I got. Thank you, Leland and Gray.
Thank you, Myles. Before I move into the student recognition part of today's ceremony, I would like to throw out a couple of mentions to some very important members of the Leland and Gray community. After 21 years of service to Leland and Gray in the front office, we have, that's right, Patty, I'm talking about you. We have a person who is leaving, and I would like to have her stand and be recognized for all the service she has done to this community. Patty Brissett, ladies and gentlemen. And if she thought 21 years was a long time, we also have a gentleman who's standing in the back who has served this community for 33 years as a teacher of mathematics. Yellow hat in the back, Mr. Paul Weber. Thank you very much for your service. At this time, I would like to show off a few of our student high performers. I'm not going to have them come to the stage. They were recognized last night at class night, but I would like them to stand and receive recognition here in this moment. I would like first our salutatorian, Mr. Lucas Newton, to please stand. And our valedictorian, that's right, you know her, Miss Farron Stark. At this time, I'm going to turn the stage over, or not the stage, they're not coming on the stage. Turn the program over to Mr. Rini Bernard, directing the Leland and Gray High School Band. Joined by senior members of the band. next part of our program is the presentation of awards and scholarships, and I'm going to have some helpers for this. There's going to be several members of the class of 2020 who are members of the National Honor Society, and they're going to join me on the side stage. But before we start handing out to them, they can make their way up at this point. Sorry, we just want to see you guys dance a little bit. Before they begin to actually hand out some awards, I do have 3 presenters who are going to come forward and present on their own. So first, I'd like to have Mr. Mark Chapman come to the stage.
Good morning, family, friends, faculty, class of 2019. Yeah. Every one of you has worked so hard to get to this day, and I encourage you to savor these few moments. You're going to remember this day for the rest of your life. Great thanks to Mr. Anton, Mr. Tebow for allowing me the privilege to stand in front of you today. I'd like to thank all the faculty. Thank the faculty for all those that helped in the identification of the candidates for this year's award. And I'd like to thank my friends Patty Brissett and Mary Martin for their personal help in preparing Ann's award. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Chapman, and I'm Ann's husband. Ann passed from us in April of 2016 after a short, vicious battle with cancer, and this award is in her honor. The class of 2019 were freshmen then, and they represent the last group of students that actually had Ann as a teacher. Ann and I often laughed that the English lady was teaching American kids proper English, and that was her words. Over the years, the memory of those days may have faded a bit as your lives progressed. However, if you take yourself back to the fall of 2015, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet and the Globe Theater were alive, and I know Sammy Pelton remembers the role of Juliet really well. Chris McCandless was alone and afraid as he went into the wild. Siegfried Sassoon wrote of the horror of the trenches as the first war poet, and John Steinbeck spoke of desperation in the grapes of wrath. Think back to those days. Being in Mrs. C's class was a lot of fun. And then there were the Fugicals. Ann had a unique ability to reach out and touch a part of us we didn't know we had, to bring out our very best. She did that with me. Anthony Mercer, one of Ann's students at the time, wrote of her, "With a push and a shove, together, always laughing, not one student did you leave behind." This award in the amount of $1,000 is an effort to celebrate the traits we admired in Ann. Her kindness and tolerance, her generosity and collegiality, her perseverance, and most of all, her humor. This year's recipient was selected because she exhibited these virtues in her years at Leland and Gray. In fact, this morning when I was having coffee, I was on Facebook and I saw her acting that out the same way. The plaque reads, Ann Elizabeth Chapman loved teaching, loved her students, and always embraced a positive learning environment. The recipient of this award is intended to exhibit the qualities that Ann possessed and valued in others: kindness, tolerance, generosity, collegiality, perseverance, and humor. I am honored to present the 2019 Ann Elizabeth Chapman Memorial Scholarship to Sierra Fillion. Thank you.
Next up, I would like to invite Mr. Cherish Rush to the stage.
Congratulations to the class of 2019. The Alexis Giolella Scholarship is handed out to a senior that has chosen to go into the medical field, law enforcement, or game warden. My daughter Alexis lost her courageous battle with cancer on November 12, 2013. I would like to give the class a special message and one of Lexi's favorite sayings: live, love, and laugh. Live life to the fullest. Each one of you are special in your own way. You are each country strong. This is your journey. Make the best of it. Sure, there will be mistakes, made, but pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and try again. Love with all your heart. Be respectful. Yes, hearts will be broken, but it will be worth it. Someday you will look back and realize that you had to go through whatever it may be to get to your future destination. Laugh. It's the best remedy, better than any doctor could ever give. I hope you dance through life and your worries stay small, and always remember to stay humble and kind. This year's recipient that has been chosen for the Alexis Giolella Scholarship wrote an exceptional essay. I know our country's strong angel would be very proud. I hope you take this through life with you, and remember, always use your voice, and you can be whatever you set your mind to, no matter how many obstacles you may have to face. So this year's recipient is Sarah Anderson.
Our final presenter before we move and do this a different way is Ms. Sarah Grasso.
The Lisa's Love Scholarship Award has been awarded each year since 2001 in memory of Lisa Young Noble. Lisa passed away in 2000 after fighting a courageous battle with a brain tumor. She grew up in the West River Valley and was a 1985 graduate of Leland and Gray Union High School, a person that will be remembered for her sense of humor, her dedication to family and friends, and her kindness and respect of others. Her family gives this award each year in remembrance of the loving daughter, sister, and aunt that Lisa was. This year's recipient of a $1,000 scholarship is Lucas Newton.
Thanks. All right, folks, for the rest of the awards and scholarships we have, I'm going to say the name of the scholarship. I'm going to say the name of the award winner and the plans that they may have, if I'm aware of them. And then they will rise up, and these fine NHS members from the junior class will bring them their awards, and then we will applaud. And then I'll read the next name. All right. We are starting with the Ann Landenberger Scholarship. The Ann Landenberger Scholarship is given this year to two recipients, Mr. Samuel Tebow, attending the University of Hartford. And Ms. Farron Stark, attending Maine College of Art. The Jack Lambert Science Award this year is given to Emily Frost, attending UVM. The Fred Robinson Memorial Scholarship is being given to Hunter Levitt, attending VTC. The Glenn E. Brown Memorial Scholarship is being given to two seniors. One, Kayla Hart, attending Keene State College. And secondly, to Ms. Julia Barden, attending the University of New Haven. The Leland Gray Educational Foundation Scholarship this year is given to our green and gold winner, Mr. Lucas Newton, attending UVM. There are two recipients for the Roland Gould Memorial Scholarship. The first is attending Stetson University, Mr. Ethan Abbott. The second is still attending Keene State College, Kayla Hart. The Gateway Foundation Rotary Scholarship is being given to 2 recipients, Mr. Lucas Newton, attending UVM. And Ms. Julia Barton, attending the University of New Haven. The Patricia Greenwood Memorial Scholarship is being given this year to Ms. Catherine Brown, attending Castleton State. The Mount Lebanon Chapter 89 Order of the Eastern Star Award is being given to 3 people, Ms. Julia Barton, Miss Emily Frost, and Mr. Lucas Newton. The Wyndham Central Education Association Scholarship is given to a student who is attending Franklin Pierce University, Mr. Michael Corona. The Ted Fisher Memorial Award this year is given to Evan Bernard, attending CCV. There are 2 Leland and Gray Alumni Association awards. The first is Lucas Newton. It's a very heavy bowl. Be careful with that, Trey. The second one is Erin Cutts, attending the University of West Virginia. The Arthur S. and Hazel Parent Darden Scholarship this year is being given to Mr. Justin Crosby. The Grace Cottage Memorial Award this year is being given to Julia Barton. The John Paul Williams Endowment Fund this year's recipient is Ms. Kayla Hart, attending Keene State. The Mary Elizabeth Adams Memorial Award this year is being given to Ms. Jillian Corona. The J.B. Stearns Memorial Award this year is being presented to Mr. Jacob Bush. The Eleanor and Arlo Monroe Arts Award this year, attending Keene State College, Mr. Benjamin Kelly. This year's recipient of the Francis Lucier Memorial Scholarship, Mr. Lucas Newton. This award is one of my favorites every year. This is the Jeffrey Mantell Award, and this is given by the underclassmen who felt that this senior was the most considerate of underclassmen, Mr. Lucas Newton. The Roy and Margaret Brooks Scholarship Award this year is given in absentia to Miss Maris Linder, attending the University of Vermont. The John Newton Scholarship this year is given by the senior class to Mr. Lucas Newton. The Arlo P. Monroe Award, given by the faculty, is to Ms. Farron Stark, attending the Maine College of Art. This time I'd like to thank the NHS members for assisting. You guys may return to your seats. Thank you very much. Now, Ms. Tammy Clausen and Ms. Phoebe Conley will present the Honorable John Barrett Awards.
A quiet gem with a big heart, she has supported the people in her life with sensitivity and care. While also a scholastic achiever, it is the earnest manner in which she grows and expands her world of concern to include new people, less conventional ideas, and unfamiliar territory that is so compelling. Over the years with us, her demeanor has also expanded. She takes up more room in conversations and asserts more openly her opinions. Anyone who was present at this spring's National Honor Society induction ceremony can attest to her commanding voice and dignified carriage. Watching this thoughtful student find her voice has been a great pleasure to those who have had the privilege to know her for the past 6 years. This young lady is someone on whom others can rely. Her steady contributions to the organizations with which she is affiliated and her sweet and generous gestures to so many of us have been much appreciated and will be much missed. It is appropriate that such a big-hearted student should have such a telling last name. We are pleased to recognize Kayla Hart with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
Sparkles, bunny ears, epic dance moves, fist bumps, and hugs are a few words that describe this incredibly caring individual. She was a member of the unified basketball team for 2 years and would commonly be seen sinking shots from her spot, preparing to play defense with her trademark ready position, hugging the referees, dribbling between her legs, or dancing on the court. She has also made many contributions behind the scenes at Leland and Gray. She reliably delivered and picked up our mail at the post office, rain or shine. She volunteered at the Brattleboro Senior Care, Valley Cares, Gerda's Animal Rescue, and Love It Twice. She is a fabulous baker, and her muffins and baked goods were always popular among staff and peers. She was a leader in the IN program and always made new students feel welcome. Most importantly, she has taught our school community about the importance of inclusion and acceptance by being her true self each and every day. If this individual hadn't attended Leland and Gray, our staff and students would be different people with less joy in our lives. Moving forward, our hallways will miss her sparkling smile and giggles. For these reasons and many more, we are proud to give Samantha Pelton an Honorable John Barrett.
She was also our weather forecaster every day at Leland and Gray. This next caring person is smart and creative with an excellent sense of humor. She is an ally and an advocate for others. She has the kindest and most empathetic heart. She is her own self and stands up for her thoughts respectfully. She is articulate and charismatic. She is a creative thinker and wrote the most amazing poems and stories for her creative writing class. Her smile is infectious, and her joy for life is palpable. For her co-op at the West River Valley Thrives, her supervisor wrote, "What a joy. She has become ingrained into the spirit, energy, and culture of Thrives. We won't be the same without her. Smart, thoughtful, funny, collaborative, creative, non-judgmental. Please clone her." We are pleased to recognize Olivia Moore with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
He can often be seen smiling or chatting with anyone that's passing by, whether he knows them or not. This charismatic individual is someone that is genuine and kind. He is a mentor and role model to other students, especially the young men of the home program and middle school basketball and baseball players. His presence within our school community is significant despite his short time at Leland and Gray. Never would you know that high school and life have thrown some hard knocks at this individual, because his resilience and positive attitude are the perspective he chooses to demonstrate. His teachers describe him as being inclusive within the classroom and making good use of resources available to him. One of the best ways to improve oneself is to be open to constructive feedback regarding areas of improvement. Whether they be academic or athletic skills, this individual is beyond his years in this delicate process. He has formed genuine relationships with students and staff within the building, and the Leland and Gray community will miss his smile and positive attitude. For these reasons and many more, we are proud to give Christian Thompson an Honorable John Barrett Award.
This thoughtful person cares about others. He has a strong moral compass and does what is right, even if it's not the easiest path. He is always one of the first students to help others with whatever they need. He is contemplative and smart. He is a talented set builder and theater techie who has contributed greatly behind the scenes of the Leland and Gray players. He is helpful and very mature, taking seriously any task before him. He even pushed his boundaries by attending the Student Athletic Leadership Conference, taking away some meaningful lessons in the process. When he puts his mind to it, he does work that is top-notch. One of his teachers shared that one of the best presentations she has ever seen was given by him. We are pleased to recognize Hunter Levitt with an Honorable John Barrett Award.
Kind, compassionate, empathetic, and intrepid are a few words that bring this incredible individual to mind. She has made an impression on many, including the itty-bitties of Townsend Elementary. She has been described as top-notch, intuitive, and a natural with children. She cares about the Leland and Gray community and pushes us to be more kind in the words we use and how we think of those different from ourselves. She encourages respect and celebrates inclusion. She has a passion for life and a beautiful, contagious smile. We are confident that she is ready for the world, as she has already hiked the mountains of Tanzania, walked through Switzerland and France, and wandered the narrow streets of Genoa, making friends along the way. For these reasons, and many more, we are proud to give Sierra Fillion an Honorable John Barrett.
At this time, we're going to prepare the stage for the presentation of diplomas. You guys want those? Yeah? All right. We'll get it going. Hold on. I know we should make them cheer louder. Diplomas, come on. Who wants them? All right. Bear with us for 1 second as we set up.
Okay, here we go. Ethan J. Abbott. Cherie May Alsvig. Jacob Wesley Amadin. Cameron Anderberg. Sarah E. Anderson. Julia Elizabeth Barton. Evan Tyler Bernard. Catherine Elise Brown. Colton James Bush. Jacob Clayton Bush. Jillian Marie Corona. Michael Joseph Corona. Gabriel Dean Clark. Justin Michael Crosby. Erin Nicole Cutts. Samantha Marie DeRoja. Teresa J. DeRoja. Sierra E. M. Fillion. Michael Fitzpatrick III. Emily Nicole Frost. Julia Ava Rose Gleason. Kayla Renee Hart. Roland Rain Holmes, in absentia. Carissa Lynn Howe. Benjamin David Kelly. Hunter Joseph Levitt. Maris Elise Linder, in absentia. Wyatt Lucas, in absentia. Aiden Robert McCormick. Olivia Grace Moore. Lucas John Newton. Rihanna Grace Pare, in absentia. Samantha Leone Pelton. Fox Frazier Pickering. Dylan Michael Polnack, in absentia. Jaden Riley Provenos. Kai M. Quigley. Bryn Ridgway. Maxwell Harris Spicer.
That's one of my favorite colors you got there.
Farron Laurel Stark. Benjamin R. L. Stone. Samuel Robert Tebow. Merle Dean Thompson III. Christian Alec Thompson. Matthew R. Young in absentia.
Congratulations to you guys. We're not done yet. Next, we're going to have a performance by senior members of the chorus, conducted by Mr. James Pecksock.
Drank champagne with kings and queens, politicians praised my name. Those were someone else's dreams, pitfalls of the man I became. There she is, this is beautiful, always needing more. But when I stop and see you here, I remember all this was for. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, what's waiting till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight, and let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on,
And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again.
and we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again. And we will come back home, and we will come back home, home again.
And we will come back home,
And we will come back home, home again.
from now on.
These eyes will not be blinded by the lights. From now on, what's waiting till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight. And let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on,
From now
and we will come back home, home
This time I would like the advisor for the class of 2019 to come forward, Ms. Barbara Guerrero Marchant.
It's our last meeting. No, I was just going to say thank you for being so quiet this time. It's unusual. So I realize we have something in common, and it's a little frightening to me. But 44 years ago today, 44, I graduated from high school also. All right, well, I like that. All right, so anyway, at this time, if you would please move your tassels from right to left. That signifies that you have graduated. May I present to you the class of 2019.